Hello, and welcome to Camp NaNoWriMo Week 3! So this morning we drove home from seeing family, which is pretty funny because in NaNoWriMo in November, the very first day, I was also getting home from seeing family, and now we're kind of like full circling it. I'm really tired, first of all, but I had a really good week last week seeing family, and I got more writing done than I figured I would, to be honest. I only ended up being about like 500 words short of my goal where, I should be at this point. As for today, I have to write about 1,300 words to stay on track. And because I didn't have a lot of time last week to talk and, catch up and kind of go through my process as it was happening, I just wanted to sit down real quick and say some stuff. So I am almost done with the story. I have written about 10,700 words of my 25,000 word goal, and I'm at the climax right now, which one of my biggest fears was either writing too much, like having too much of an outline, too many things going on for, it to be more than like a novella, or not having enough going on, so it ends up being really short. So I was looking back through my story a little bit, and the very first thing I noticed is that it definitely is just like bare bones. There's a lot of dialogue and action, which is, my strong suits. But as for the narrative and the overall development of the characters, there's not a lot going on, which for this story and for the plot that I want to follow is a big deal. A lot of this is based around the character developments and I guess the themes, you would say, the emotional journey that my character is on. And I feel like so far the first draft hasn't fully represented that. I feel like I got the actions and the physical things that are going on mostly out of the way, which is what my first drafts typically look like. But that means I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. I still have a couple more scenes to go, a couple bigger scenes. So I feel like this first draft could end at around like 50,000 words. Oh god, 15,000 words if I'm lucky. That might be pushing it a little bit, which is totally fine. I don't know why I didn't account for that before. Like, I think I mentioned it in a previous video that I'm an underwriter, and for some reason I just figured that, oh yeah, I want this novella to be 30,000 words. So that's how many I'm gonna write this month. I don't know. So 30,000 is like the end goal. And right now, it's a little bit too early to tell if that's realistic or if that's me like padding the story, which is what I don't want to do that. I want to have it have a certain flow and a certain like ambiance. And that means going out of my comfort zone. So yeah, that's the big thing I sort of realized last week. So the game plan moving forward, I'm still debating whether or not to shift my word goal from 25,000 to 20,000 because after I finish this first draft, I'm going to go back and basically sort of rewrite it, and that just means taking it scene by scene and beefing it up and adding in the scenes that I know I need to add in, and every day taking the excess words that I add and just throw it onto my overall total. I should be finishing up this first draft within the next couple days, I imagine. It's not going to take too much longer, and we're only halfway through the month. So as long as I consistently keep working on it, adding to it, simultaneously going through, I guess, like my first real round of edits, I should be hitting, 20 to 25,000 words by the end of the month, hopefully. So yeah, I just want to give a little update for today. Did a lot of traveling today, came home, unpacked, did all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get to writing. I'm so sick of seeing my ending word counts like just a little bit above like the bar where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to buckle down and try my very best to hit the 1,300 words that I need to get back on track. And hopefully for the rest of the week I can just get back into my writing routine and keep this thing going. So that's all I got for you tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Happy day 17 of Camp NaNoWriMo. Today is July 17th. I did not write or film yesterday, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think the day just got away from me somehow, and before I knew it, it was like 10 o'clock, and I was exhausted, just did not have the brain power to put words on a page. And as a result, in order to make up that time, I need to write like 1,500 words today. I've already written a little bit, about 500. This morning I had work. It was a nice, easy-ish day. It wasn't too stressful, but when I got in my car to come home, my car wouldn't start. So I had to call AAA. Guy came, gave me a jump, checked the like life on my battery, like where it's at. It was the original battery, and my car is a 2012. So needless to say, it was at pretty much the end of its life. And because of the model of my car, in order to change out the battery, you need to take out like the air filter thing, and it's just like a lot. So basically what ended up happening was I drove home, he went to do a couple other like jobs, whatever people needed, and then he came to my house and replaced my battery. And when we opened up the little covering thing, there was actually battery acid like leaking out of the battery thing, and it was like all eroded and stuff. It was insane. So had to get a new battery. That took a couple hours. That ate up a little bit of my day, but it wasn't too bad. I'm just thankful that we caught it and that it wasn't a lot worse, because it could have been a lot worse. But anyways, it is 7 o'clock. I already got about 500 words, so just need to write about 1,000 more, and I will be caught up for today. I am almost done with the first draft. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or the day before yesterday, but these last couple scenes I feel like are going to be a little bit longer, but I can feel the story wrapping up pretty nicely. I also feel like at this point I've gotten to know my characters a little bit better. You know, your first draft, you basically just meet them for the first time, and you can write out and plan out what they're going to say and do, but until you actually start writing and start getting a feel for how they're developing, can't plan for it all. For example, this specific scene I'm working on, I had, you know, one of my characters like act a certain way, but getting into it, I'm like, no, that just doesn't seem right. I mean, this person has a very like particular way about them, and maybe in some alternate universe they would act a certain way, but for how I'm writing the story and how I've kind of led up to this point, I definitely want the reader to feel a little bit differently about this character than I thought originally this person was going to be portrayed. And as a result, that character I feel is more realistic than I originally wrote them out as. So anyways, that's where I'm at today so far. I'm going to sit down and write out these next 1,000 words, and hopefully I can actually write tomorrow instead of skipping every other day, which I feel like I've been doing consistently this last like half a week. For whatever reason, I'm just writing every other day, and it's fine, whatever. Yeah, gonna get down to it, and I will catch up with you later, or tomorrow, or probably the day after tomorrow, if we're gonna be honest. Hello, happy Thursday! Today is Thursday, June 18th? 19th? 19th! Today is the 19th! You guessed it, I'm in my car, which means we are going to Barnes & Noble to write for a couple reasons. First of all, I plan on finishing my first draft today. I only have like 2 to 3-ish more scenes, and I'm gonna get it done today. Like, I've just decided. Second of all, I've started playing The Sims again, and to me that is just like one of those games where you either like play it and play it and play it all the time constantly until you burn out, or you don't play it for like months. And I've recently just gotten into it again because the new expansion, Seasons came out, and usually when that happens, that means the other expansions like go on sale, and Pets went to like 50% off, and I've been wanting Pets forever, but I couldn't justify spending $40 on a game that I know like I won't be playing so much. But now that it was $20, I was like, okay, I'll get it. So I've been playing that constantly, and I know if I stayed home and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write and finish my thing today, I'm just gonna get distracted and play The Sims. So that's why I'm removing myself from the distraction. So that's where we're at right now. It is 10 a.m. exactly. Gonna get on the road and pump out the rest of this first draft. 15,376 words, and my first draft of this novella is done. And damn, was that an ending? Like, oh, what is that? What in the... I didn't realize when I thought of that ending that it was going to be so, like, in your face, bitch. It was awesome. It was perfect. I am really happy with, I think, like, the effect the ending is going to have. It's very fulfilling and I think satisfying. At least I hope it's, you know, going to be satisfying. I know I felt really satisfied writing it because my main character, Mel, has kind of been, like, crapped on, you know, the whole book. And in the end, I think it's just a really fitting ending, at least for her. It's definitely the ending she deserves. So that's what the story ended up being at. I figured it was going to be around 15,000 words. We've still got over a week left of Camp NaNoWriMo, and I'm not done by any means. I've still got about 10,000 words left to write in order to meet the goal that I set for myself, which means from here on out, it's going to be all like editing and rewriting, that kind of thing. I think, though, the hard part is over. Like, the hardest part is just getting out something to start with, something to sculpt and work on. Now it's all about beefing it up and adding in the stuff that's going to make it more realistic, more immersive, and a better experience for the writer. I mean, reader, whoever's going to be working on this, oh god. So I think my next step, which I might end up working on today or will pick back up tomorrow, is to sit down and read through it completely and just add in notes here and there of things I need to add in, change, rewrite, whatever. As I was going through, I already made notes on my outline of stuff that I knew I needed to add in or adjust. And now that I have a better sense of the entire story, how it plays out, and what the flow is looking like so far, it hopefully won't be a tricky process to figure out what needs to be added in order to make it a proper, good story. Because right now it is just bare bones minimum. And I think one of my favorite things about like the writing process is not like the initial like writing, like getting things down on a page, but going back later and shaping a story into what I like envisioned it ending up as. Because I'm not good at doing that the first time around. The first time around, I'm really, like, impatient, which is why I think I'm an underwriter, just because I don't rush through it, but it feels rushed, but I'm just following the outline. I'm just doing, writing out what needs to be done. But for now, I'm just going to revel in this little accomplishment of finishing the first draft of my first novella, and we're going to worry about the hard stuff later. So, thank you for experiencing this high with me, and I will catch you later. Happy July 20th! Today is day 20 of Camp NaNoWriMo, but day 1 of my editing journey. I am in my car, but we are not going to Barnes & Noble to write. No! Ho! I actually have to work today. I decided to get here a little bit early. The plan is to get a little bit of writing/editing done before I have to work. And I think the best way to approach this second draft is to save my entire first draft as a new file, go through and just add little comments. First of all, I'm just gonna do like a plain old read through, make little notes on what I want to change or add in, and then take it from there. I'm gonna get going. Hopefully this is a success. I will try and update you later on tonight, but if I don't get to you tonight, then I'll see you tomorrow. So in this fenced-in area by my work, they have like cows and horses, and the cows had babies, and now there's baby cows. Oh my gosh. Hello, Camp NaNoWriMo vlog. Today is July 21st. We have come to the end of week 3. Excuse me, sir. It is around 8 o'clock in the evening. I have literally been gone all day today. Frankly, I just really need to decompress right now. It's been a long day. It's been a nice day, but a really long day and emotionally taxing for somebody like me who is an introvert. I did a lot of social interaction today, and I'm just kind of like, whew. So I think I've decided to go ahead and adjust my Camp NaNoWriMo goal to 20,000 words. That's really just because I don't want to feel like I'm rushing the second draft of the novella. At this point, I really think that the second draft at the end will be around like 23 to 25,000 words, if I'm gonna make a guess, but I don't want to make myself finish it by July 31st. I really want to take my time with this and take the due diligence in shaping the story. Even though I don't think I'm gonna be hitting the 25,000 word goal by the end of the month, I don't feel like I'm a failure. I mean, I finished the first draft, and that's such like a big accomplishment for me. I mean, yeah, it wasn't like a whole lot of words in the grand scheme of things, but it's a story. It's progress on something that I really want to be proud of when everything is said and done. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and change that on my Camp Nano website right now. Hopefully it'll let me. Okay, cool. It's done. So now, technically, all I have left to write is 4,077 words. So far, my grand total is 15,923 words. And I am really proud of myself for that. Like, I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in the fact that, you know, you set a word goal for yourself and you really want to hit it, which is totally fine. Like, that was a big motivation for me for November. And I know it really helps to push a lot of people to write their story, and like, that's the whole point. But at the same time, you can't be too hard on yourself if you don't hit that goal. You know, at the end of the day, this is your writing project and it's what you're working on. As long as you put in the effort that you want to put into it, then you can't fail, you know? And I don't really have much else to say for the wrap up for week 3. I can't believe it's week 3. Holy moly. We are almost there. Like, whew. And I am definitely chugging along. So I might get some writing done later on tonight, but for now I just really need to like chill and recharge. I am off the next couple days, so hopefully I'll be able to dig deeper into my edits. And I am really just overall looking forward to the second draft. With that, I'm going to leave you here for this week. Thank you so much for watching, for following me thus far on this journey. And if you are participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, good luck. I hope you're doing everything you set out to do. And if not, don't stress out about it. I mean it. And I will see you next week.